Before I tell you this story, listen carefully. There are moments in life when something feels wrong, but nothing looks wrong. No noise, no warning, just a quiet feeling that someone, somewhere, is watching. This is one of those stories. This is Ethan's story. It began on a quiet winter evening when the power went out without warning. No storm, no explanation, just darkness, slow and heavy, filling the house. Ethan didn't panic. The house was old. It made strange sounds even when everything worked. He lit a candle and sat near the window, listening to the silence. That was when he noticed the wooden drawer beneath the table, a drawer he hadn't opened in years. Out of boredom, or maybe instinct, Ethan pulled it open. Inside were useless things, broken buttons, faded receipts, keys that unlocked nothing anymore. Memories without meaning. Then he saw it, an envelope, old, yellowed, creased at the edges, and written on the front, in careful handwriting, was one word, Ethan. His fingers stiffened. He knew that handwriting. He hadn't seen it in years, but memory doesn't forget shapes like that. It was his father's. The strange part wasn't the letter itself. It was the fact that it had never been opened. His father had left when Ethan was young. No shouting, no fight, just a bag near the door and a promise that never finished. Growing up, Ethan told himself the same thing everyone does. He left because he didn't care enough. That lie was easier to carry. He sat down on the floor, holding the letter, feeling like he was holding something alive. People think answers bring peace, but sometimes answers only rearrange the pain. After a long moment, Ethan opened the letter. The words were simple. No drama. No apology. It began, "Ethan, if you're reading this, it means I couldn't say this out loud." His breathing slowed. "I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because staying would have ruined your future." Ethan shook his head slightly. Adults always explain pain like it's logical. The letter spoke about mistakes, not just money but people. Wrong promises, wrong trust. His father wrote about how some choices follow you forever, and how some doors only close when you disappear completely. Then came a line that made Ethan stop breathing. "There are people who watch from a distance. If I stay close to you, they will come closer." Ethan stared at the words on the letter, tracing each with the tip of his finger. The handwriting was familiar, slanted and careful, his father's. Suddenly, old memories shifted like dust disturbed by draft. The car across the street, always the same, always unfamiliar. The phone calls where silence bled through the receiver, no voice, just the dull hum of distance. The way his father checked the locks every night, twice, a ritual of assurance Ethan once found excessive. As a child, Ethan thought his father's caution was paranoia, layers of imagined danger. He'd roll his eyes, retreat to his room, assured he was safe. As an adult, he recognized a pattern in the precautions. They were not random. His father wasn't afraid for his own safety. The rituals were shields. Ethan saw now. The fear was for him. The letter ended with one final sentence. "If one day you feel watched, trust yourself and leave." That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The walls seemed to pulse with hidden knowledge. Each creak was deliberate, each shadow alive. He lay awake, listening for a signal embedded in the quiet. At 3:17 a.m., his phone vibrated. The screen glowed with a missed call from an unknown number. No message, just a presence, a cold awareness. Ethan didn't feel terror. His heart constricted in deeper recognition. Some fears do not shriek, they wait. Morning was slow in coming. He scanned the street through the curtain, seeing a car parked where the unfamiliar one always sat. The engine was running. No one sat behind the wheel. He stood, unmoving, behind the thin fabric, letting the implications settle into his bones. This was never neglect. His father shielded him with distance, with unsaid warnings and sleepless nights. Ethan packed a small bag. No rush, no trembling fear, just clarity sharper than ever before. Before he left, he returned the letter to its drawer, a piece of a story that didn't need to follow him. He locked the door for the last time, whispering what he never thought he'd say. I get it now. He walked away, head high, never looking back. Sometimes love means becoming invisible so someone else can survive. To anyone tracing Ethan's steps, if there are shadows in your past, unexplained absences, or precautions that once felt cold, consider the possibility. It wasn't neglect. It was something braver. Protection wears many disguises. The silent ones are often the strongest. True love sometimes disappears quietly, never asking to be understood, but hoping one day understanding will come.